National Grandparents' Day is a secular holiday celebrated in the United States since 1978 and officially recognized in a number of countries on various days of the year, either as one holiday or sometimes as a separate Grandmother's Day and Grandfather's Day. One celebrates both paternal and maternal grandparents. History: Marion McQuad of Oak Hill, West Virginia, has been recognized nationally by the United States Senate, in particular by Senators Jennings Randolph and Robert Byrd, and by President Jimmy Carter, as the founder of National Grandparents' Day. McQuad made it her goal to educate the youth in the community about the important contributions seniors have made throughout history. She also urged the youth to adopt a grandparent, not just for one day a year, but rather for a lifetime. In 1973, Senator Jennings Randolph introduced a resolution to the Senate to make Grandparents' Day a national holiday. West Virginia's Governor Arch Moore had proclaimed an annual Grandparents' Day for the state, at the urging of Marion McQuad. When Senator Randolph's resolution in the U.S. Senate died in committee, Marion McQuad organized supporters and began contacting governors, senators, and congressmen in all 50 states. She urged each state to proclaim their own Grandparents' Day. Within 3 years, she had received Grandparents' Day proclamations from 43 states. She sent copies of the proclamations to Senator Randolph. In February 1977, Senator Randolph, with the concurrence of many other senators, introduced a joint resolution to the Senate requesting the President to issue annually a proclamation designating the first Sunday of September after Labor Day of each year as National Grandparents' Day. Congress passed the legislation proclaiming the first Sunday after Labor Day as National Grandparents' Day and, on August 3, 1978, then-President Jimmy Carter signed the proclamation. The statute cites the day's purpose: to honor grandparents, to give grandparents an opportunity to show love for their children's children, and to help children become aware of strength, information, and guidance older people can offer. Music of U.S. National Grandparents' Day. In 2004, the National Grandparents' Day Council of Chula Vista, California announced that A Song for Grandma and Grandpa by Johnny Prill would be their official song of the U.S. National Grandparents' Day Holiday. The National Grandparents' Day Council presented Prill with an award in recognition of his composition, A Song for Grandma and Grandpa. Flower of U.S. National Grandparents' Day. The flower of the U.S. National Grandparents' Day is the forget-me-not which blooms in the spring. As a result, seasonal flowers are given in appreciation to grandparents on this day. Grandparents' Day, around the world. Australia Queensland was the first Australian state to officially celebrate Grandparents' Day, on the first Sunday in November 2010. A range of community events took place in schools and at sporting events around the state. New South Wales held their first Grandparents' Day on Sunday 30 October 2011, and will celebrate it each year on the last Sunday of October. This year's Grandparents' Day is being led by Council on the Aging NSW. The Australian Capital Territory and Western Australia held their first Grandparents' Day in 2012. Canada National Grandparents' Day began in Canada in 1995 but was discontinued in 2014. Motion number 273 submitted in the House of Commons by Mr. Sarkis Assadarian read that, in the opinion of this House, the government should consider designating the second Sunday in September of each year as Grandparents' Day in order to acknowledge their importance to the structure of the family in the nurturing, upbringing and education of children. Estonia In Estonia, Grandparents' Day is celebrated since 2010 on the second Sunday in September. France In France, Grandmother's Day was launched in 1987 by a brand of coffee, part of the Kraft Jacobs Suchard Group. The date is now included in French calendars and is celebrated on the first Sunday in March. Germany In Germany, Grandmother's Day was established in 2010 and is celebrated on the second Sunday in October. Hong Kong Junior Chamber International Victoria introduced the first Grandparents' Day in Hong Kong in 1990. It is celebrated on the second Sunday in October. Italy In Italy, Grandparents' Day was established in 2005 and is celebrated on October 2, Guardian Angels Day in the Roman Catholic Church. Mexico In Mexico, it is celebrated on August 28. Pakistan In Pakistan, Grandparents' Day is celebrated on the second Sunday in October to pay respect to them. Poland In Poland, Grandma's Day was created in 1964 by the Kobiety Angstremicy magazine, and popularized from 1965 onwards. It is celebrated on January 21. Grandpa's Day is celebrated a day later, on January 22. Singapore Singapore started celebrating Grandparents' Day in 1979, a year after the US started. However, the feast is celebrated in November. South Sudan South Sudan started celebrating Grandparents' Day in 2013 and celebrated on the second Sunday in November. Taiwan The Ministry of Education initiated Grandparents' Day in Taiwan on August 29, 2010, on the last Sunday in August annually, shortly before schoolchildren would start a new semester. United Kingdom The celebration was introduced to the UK in 1990 by the charity Age Concern. It has been celebrated on the first Sunday in October since 2008, although it is not widely advertised and has not been as commercially successful as Mother's and Father's Day. Businesses specializing in gifts and greeting cards have started merging the respective Grandparents' Days with Mother's Day and Father's Day to try to boost sales. United States National Grandparents' Day in the U.S. is the first Sunday after Labor Day, in September. Dates: these dates are only relevant to the day as it is celebrated in the United States. References. External links: National Grandparents' Day Council official page, U.S. Code 36 U.S.C. Section 125, the law establishing the U.S. National Grandparents' Day.